minor repairs and move forward. I don't believe that that is going to work for us. We talk about convergence. What about the Confederation of Latin America and the Caribbean? Because I'll tell you this, we're not going to go anywhere without Cuba. Venezuela is going to be a very significant player in any convergence that we have to undertake in the way forward. And there are other countries of Latin America that has indigenous people from the Caribbean, Belize, Honduras, and so on and so forth. So we have to look at this thing from a wide perspective. Yesterday, the Vice Chancellor mentioned that to us, and he mentioned it as what if. This morning, Dr. Beckles was a breath of fresh air. He said the revolution must restart and be re-energized. We have to also have a convergence of ideas, of ideology, because we have been going one way all the time. We have been talking about the private sector being the engine of growth. And while that is being spoken, the poor becomes poorer and the rich becomes richer. So when we're talking about convergence, we only talk, some of us only speak of convergence as a convenience, probably to make more money and to see more multinational corporations come into the region and get fat off of the blood and sweat of the working people. So this morning, I feel strongly that we have a model. For example, we don't need to go far. Hugo Chavez had an idea, and it did not only stay in an idea form, it became real flesh and blood. And we don't have to go far. It is there. We can touch it and expand it and extend it for the interest of the people of the Caribbean. So when we talk about convergence, there are things that we have to recognize, and we have to also understand that it doesn't mean changing the oil and the plugs and so on and so forth. It means revolutionizing the way forward on behalf of the poor and working people of this region. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Josanne?
I'm here to your left.
Josanne, you suggested up till 11 o'clock. It's 5 past. Should we continue for a bit, or should we wind it up at this point?
No, we do have to wrap this session, but let me just, Mark, allow you to thank everyone first before I sort of continue the engagement.
Well, I will thank everybody, and I will also apologize for everybody, particularly the people who had to abbreviate their presentations, which were obviously very thoroughly prepared, and double particularly to people who had to change languages in midstream. Thank you very much. Thanks also very much indeed to the people from the floor who had very insightful questions and comments. And again, double thanks to the people who have had to sit on their questions for the mechanism which I think Josanne is now going to explain, where we're able to deal with them later on during the forum. Josanne.
Yeah, I'm here, Mark. Okay, so we're going to take a quick coffee break, but let me just, and could we on the screen put up the website address, which is CaribbeanFutureForum.com. Caribbean, there it is, the live stream and the website, so that all of the questions, comments, papers, anything that you have relative to, if I may have your attention so I can just wrap this up very quickly and we can go to a coffee break. The idea would be, lots of people have things to say and things to advance. And if we went with every single speaker and session, we would not get past the first post. So you are also going to be provided with feedback forms, survey forms, but I'm encouraging everyone, as I did yesterday, to actually upload all of your comments, positions, names of organizations, individuals, etc. And what we will do now, after this overview session, which is what this session was this morning, a stage setting session, we will then involve some of those comments and maybe suggestions that will go into the rest of the plenaries over the next day and a half. So please use the technology, please use the feedback mechanism, and then let's bring some of it into the other sessions now. We take a 10-minute coffee break and we come back to what I hope is going to be one that we don't hear of a lot, which is the private sector coming to have a discussion and share some perspectives, because we talk a lot about the private sector. So 10 minutes and we reconvene in the room promptly. Thank you.